Hello. Yo, a little late on the second video, but finally making it happen. It is February 23rd. Yesterday was the infamous 22222 day on a Tuesday. It has been over 2 months since my last post, and I have been full-time at the University Air Center. Started ground school. So much ground to cover in this video. I'm basically going to do an overview of everything. I still want to dive into like all the subjects of ground school, the knowledge needed to actually go up in a plane and fly, and all the regulations and stuff, but just wanted to give a second overview video before it gets too far down the journey and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to catch up. It is 2 months after I started at University Air Center. My last video stopped off on, I was about to start day one. So I did those 2 weeks with David, the morning airline guy. It ended up being more than 2 weeks because me and my wife got COVID and we had to be quarantined a little bit, but it was like 4 weeks it took to finish the 2 weeks work on the morning shifts. And then once I graduated from David, I was able to move on, and some things happened at work. I ended up getting a airline shift instead of the aviation UAC side shift where I would be working with the private jets. So I'm on the airline shift full time. It's Sunday through Thursday, 12:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I've been doing that for about 2 months now, and it's been great. I've been able to get a lot of knowledge. I come back and forth. So when I say airline, I mean the big guys, big from what we have in Gainesville. I go over from 12:30 to 8:30. My main job is to make sure all the airlines like Delta and American jets are full of fuel, make sure everything's good to go over there so they can take off and bring all their passengers wherever they're going. So I have between 4 and 8 planes I have to fill every day. And between those times, I go back to the University Air Center from the Gainesville regional side. I help with the GA side, the general aviation side, filling all the small jets and, helping stuff over there. So I've been having a lot of fun. Fun facts, my heart rate average has been trending down for the last 2.5 months since I stopped pharmacy full time. It was around 75 resting. Now I'm around 60 resting. Also, another fun fact, having a desk job like where I'm sitting right now where I used to work, I have been burning an extra 300 to 400 calories a day. So about 2 months down the line, that's been adding up. 2,500 calories over a week. You lose a pound if you increase that amount over your usual. 300 a day extra. I have been constantly hungry, fighting the urge to overeat so I can get shredded, of course. But yeah, it's been fun. So on my downtime, when I have a little time between flights, I started Gleim School, GLEIM, and I'll show you a link and some of the information on that. I've been going through it. I've been learning all the knowledge I need to know as a pilot before I've even started. It takes you through each of the sections where you can learn what you need to take the written test. Once I take the written test, I can get my certificate where I can start flying. Well, technically you don't need a written done until you're ready to solo fly without an instructor, but I wanted to go ahead and get that done beforehand so I can be prepped for each flight instructor session in the plane. I'll be able to have all the knowledge I need already and be able to apply hands-on training. Medical certificates are required for pilots. There's 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. And for a personal pilot's license, all you need is the 3rd level. I had to wait. So as a pharmacist, I have ADHD. I had to sit down 8 to 10 hours a day. Me personally, and how I am, I can't do that easily, at least. On top of that, to stay on point and keep everything straight on computer programs and everything, as a pharmacist, I needed stimulants basically. So I was on Adderall first, but that was bad for my system. Concerta kind of works in a similar way, but opposite. And I was on Concerta for about 4 years as my pharmacy term, and it was doing really good. It did the job. Through pharmacy school, I was taking like almost 800 milligrams of caffeine, 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day just to get through, and I was like, something has to be wrong. Well, it didn't pop up to me at the time, but yeah, as soon as I started the stimulants, I was able to cut caffeine all the way. Like a psychiatrist told me once, caffeine is poor man's Ritalin. So yeah, I'm back on caffeine now as my stimulant. But yeah, it's been working perfect. I only have to take between 100 and 300 a day based on the need. It's been working really good. It's significantly less than when I was going through pharmacy school. So you have to wait, being on stimulants and having that history to be a pilot, you have to be off of those type of medications for a 3-month period, 90 days. Dr. Gallagher there, he told me wait 3 months and check back in with me. So that 3-month mark is actually March 10th. It's February 23rd, so March 10th is coming up really quickly. So I'll be able to go through that process, get my med certificate. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fine because, I've been off of the meds now for 2.5 months and everything's going great. He said I can have caffeine, so I'll be good. The cool thing about working at the University Air Center and the airport, you get to speak with pilots and you get to hear some of the things they say. Oh, and you can see the shirt, University Air Center in Florida. Repping it always. March 10th is my day where I can apply for that med certificate. And as soon as I get that med certificate covered, passed, the written test will be around the same time I'll be done and get that done. So I'm going to have the written test and the med certificate done before I even physically start flying. And so a lot of people don't do that, but I just wanted to play it safe, just in case, because I've heard people getting, $15,000 into debt for pilot school, which is usually what costs $10,000 to $15,000. They could get their written done. It's only a couple hundred. And then as soon as they get that done, they can't get the med certificate. And so it was all basically for nothing. So I don't want that to happen to me, with ADHD history. They said I might have to take some more extensive tests to make sure that I'm physically fit, mentally, neurologically fit for becoming a pilot. However, I believe I'm, more than capable. That should be fine. But yeah, March 10th is coming around the corner. Almost done with my written test. And I actually let me sign on to Gleim real quick so I can at least give you all a couple of the sections for information. So when I signed up for Gleim, it's only like $125 for the section I had. And it let me tie it to University Air Center where I work. So it's perfect. And so, yeah, as you can see here, passed with a score of 80 or more. And so it goes through the study units one at a time. So airplanes and aerodynamics, airplanes, instruments, engines, and systems, airports, air traffic control and airspace, federal aviation regulations, FAR, airplane performance and weight and balance. Then you take the stage 1 test, so that's half of it. And then I'm already on the second half, halfway through that part. So air medical factors and aeronautical decision-making, aviation weather services, navigation charts and publications, navigation systems, and cross-country flight planning. So once I get done with that, I'll be doing my practice tests, and then I'll be able to go for the actual written exam and get that behind me. So yeah, those are some of the cool things with the Gleim School. Now onto the financial part of it, especially for people that might consider switching from their career like I did over pretty abruptly. As you're aware, pharmacists make, about $110 a year, or if you're not aware, about $110 a year. The linemen make 1/4 of that. So I've had to cut my income. Basically been, redlining in the negatives ever since. Me and Beth have been trying to cut bills as good as we can, but it's still tough, and it's definitely hurt. It's hard to do right now, but we're keeping our eyes up, we're looking at the future, and we're just hoping for the best. It's one of the things, without great risk, you don't get great reward. For things that you truly want to do and want to go after, you just have to sometimes be uncomfortable. A lot of times you have to get uncomfortable, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and just move forward hard with as much discipline as you can. To help bridge a gap, because I have been doing overtime at the University Air Center, UAC, and that's been helping a lot, but we had to find something else. My wife works for an organization, a nonprofit here in Gainesville, so that brings in some as well. However, I had to find something else, so I actually put an application, around the same time I got done with my previous pharmacist job for a pharmacist position in Steinhatchee, and he actually called me like 3-4 weeks ago and was like, hey, are you still looking for a spot? So oh my gosh, it was God-given, I know it. It was a blessing, because if not for that, oh man, it would be really bad, because right now we're already in the negatives, thousands of negatives, and this is doubling my income just working one Friday. And it was funny because I was like, I can only work Fridays and Saturdays, just my days off. He's like, well, perfect. Fridays is the only day that I need covered. Literally, I've been working every Friday at Tsa Drugs, driving like an hour and a half there. And 10-hour days, and just that one day alone has doubled my income from what I'm making at the airport. It's been a super blessing. It'll definitely be the support that we needed to be able to at least stay afloat and not like continue to sink. That's been 3 weeks in now. I'm on the 4th Friday there. It's been working out great. CJ is a great guy there. That's been fun. I'm still working pharmacy, but 1 day a week, which is manageable for me. I still have to take like double the amount of caffeine I normally do. Every day, man, at the airport, I see the planes, I see the pilots, and I'm like, I can't wait. Can't wait till I'm there. I know when I was going through pharmacy school and working in the pharmacy, I was never, I never said that. I was never looked at the pharmacist. It's like, I can't wait. Can't wait till I'm that guy. But at the air center, I see these guys. They go up and down every day. They work. They fly. Oh man, it's like the dream. They take people to and from. And they just get in their airplane, talk to the tower, take off, and they're just flying. They're flying, and they get paid. It's amazing. For private, a little bit into the private pilot's license, you have to do 40 hours. Of course, it's going to take more than that because everybody's not perfect. Once I start that, I'll definitely go into more detail. Once I start flying, oh man, I know I'm not going to be able to stop. Hopefully, I'll be able to update you more on a lot of the cool things about flying. Oh, and I have a lot of cool videos of me working at UAC, so I can show you videos here. I'll take a break from the segment of talking, and I'll show you right now. Filling up one truck to the other before I go to the fuel farm, so I don't have to make the trip twice. I'll put in some like actual footage of me after I've hooked up to an airline, like filling it or... So this is my day one by myself with my badge and have access all alone. About to go feel some airliners. Super pumped. Only been a week after training, week and a half, and I'm ready to go. Excited. Feeling some ERJs and CRJs. Let's go. That's the Gainesville Airport. And that's where the UAC is, where University Air Center, where I live. Got to fill this bad boy. I just filled up that plane. It's taking off. And this plane over here, I just filled too. So, airline job is to fill up the planes so that they can go.
F means that it's a fighter squadron.
Some of the charters we do for the UF teams, I can show you.
She's so freaking cute, so low.
Packing them tight. Packing them tight with David. Doing the charter. Getting things done. Highway to hell. It's crazy how much lift they get. Some of the things that we do at the University Air Center aviation side, I can kind of show you some of that. Fine. I broed on this once. Opening this door right now with my hand. This is the beast, the Tyler Beast. Filling up the big fuel trucks. I have to actually leave for my 12:30 to 8:30 job because it's 11:47 in the morning. And I've been saying I'll do this after work every day. I just don't because I'm tired. So I was like, hey, how about before work? So that's what I'm doing right now. 11:40 a.m. I should go soon. But what else? What else can I squeeze into this first video? But yeah, it is February 23rd. And my last video was 2 months ago. And this is the second Pharmacist transition from Pharmacist to pilot video vlog that I'm doing. I'm going to continue to update these throughout my journey. And especially like after I get my med certificate and finish climb school, the ground school, once I start flying, oh my gosh, I'm going to be going through some cool things with that. Actual footage in the plane, it'll be really nice. But yeah, I got my TSA badge. I won't show you quick my TSA badge, the cited badge, so I can actually go onto the airport grounds. You know, constant monitoring, so we make sure no intruders are in there. You know, it's really strict, so it's kind of cool to have VIP access. It's like CIA access. But yeah, that's it. I have been able to not have to drive after work to help ends meet. I was driving Lyft and Uber after work, but once I got my pharmacist job, I no longer had to do that. So that's been nice not having, because once I get off at 8:30, I was driving from like 8:30 to 11:30 or 12:30, 4-hour shift driving every night just to bring in extra money. So thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing, my friends and family. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for, watching all this and hearing me out, following along. And please share this with anybody that you may know that is transitioning from their career that may need to hear some of the things that I'm going through, or get some information on becoming a pilot, or some of the day-to-day struggles of some of the things I went through during this transition period. We're still in it. So thanks for your love and support. Until next time, I'm doing great though. I've been so much happier. Like I said at the beginning, my heart rate has been averaging down. My step count has been going up. I've been getting more ripped. I am definitely genuinely more happy. I definitely stand by it. It doesn't matter how much you make. You need to find a job that you enjoy doing, that's fun for you, because you're at your job almost every day and you're going to be there for like 40 years. So find something that makes you happy. Don't worry about the money. That'll come. Or you just need to, edit your life to where you can take out some of your expenses so you can work a job that makes less, that makes you more happy. But yeah, seeing the sun every day, I didn't realize how much I needed that. Being out, driving, physical labor, using my body, it's just some things that my body loves. So, yeah, my name's Rich Royster, and this is video 2 of the Pharmacist to Pilot vlog. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot to tell y'all about my freestyle motocross career. I was about to leave for work. I was like, oh crap, I forgot. That's a big deal. For some of y'all that don't know, I am a freestyle motocross guy. I jump ramps, metal ramps, 80-foot gaps, 75-foot gaps, 70-foot gaps, and do tricks in the air, 4 seconds, big landing, boom. And in 2010, when I graduated high school, I was actually doing that pro, and I had a couple of things that happened. God told me to go to pharmacy school, so I kind of put it down. Of course, I broke my neck, and one thing led to another, and I stopped riding to where I would be doing shows and making money. But yeah, that's another source of income that we're going to be leaning on. The Freestyle Motocross network is small. I got hooked up in some of the monster jams, and so I already have 2 booked this weekend. Today's Wednesday, and I actually have a monster truck show with Tim Dyson in Mississippi, Harrisburg, Mississippi. And so literally this Friday, at my pharmacist shift from like 9 to 7 p.m., I'm going to have my dirt bike on my Prius that my brother made me a hitch. And I'm going to drive to Harrisburg, Mississippi after my 10-hour pharmacist shift. And I'm going to go jump my dirt bike in a monster truck show where you get paid $1,000 a show for non-flippers. Haven't learned backflip yet to ground. Yeah, that's going to be another good source of income. It's going to be super fun. I'll put some footage of that, and I'll show you right here some of my practice footage. Starting to get some sponsors, and have an actual monster jam show in Jacksonville and coming up in March. So I'll stay tuned for that on my social media pages, Instagram and Facebook. But I'll of course put some in this vlog as it pertains to helping make ends meet. Something that I've developed the skill over my life. I'm able to utilize it, and put it to help make ends meet and intermix it in all the stuff that I'm doing. So thanks, love you guys, and peace out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.